Alrighty guys, welcome back to my channel. We are doing teaching how to play slide guitar. How to play slide guitars is rather beginner stuff. I got my resonator guitar here, but any guitar will do. Acoustic, electric, it doesn't matter. This one is just, it's really cool for playing slide, Some guitars are made for playing slide and some you can still play slide on. Best thing is, let's say you got a steel string guitar, an acoustic guitar, or something where the action's really terrible and it's hard to play. Switch to slide guitar and the action don't matter. You like the way, I've done that before. I've had guitars, I love the way they sound, but they're hard to play, so I use them for slide, man. This one's made for slide guitar and the action is really bad on it, but it's primarily for slide guitar, so that's fine, right? Now you can play slide guitar in standard tuning. I tend to go to an open tuning. Open tunings are good for me. You can decide how you want to do it. I'm going to teach you the basic ideas, the essential how to play slide guitar, how to do it, and then you decide how you want to do it. I'm tuned to an open G because that's what I tend to use, And if you want to tune to G, it's pretty easy. You tune it D, G, D, G, B, D, because the G chord is, G, B, and D. So, but you can tune to any open key, any open tuning, any tuning you want. It all works. The principles work the same. Now, with a slide guitar, you need a slide, right? Mine's glass. I've got a glass, old-fashioned, bottleneck style slide. Back in the old days, they would take a bottle, wine bottle or something like that, and cut the neck off of it and use that. And you take that slide, but you can get a metal slide or a ceramic slide. It's all good. I've seen some of the old-time bluesy guys use a pocket knife. Anything made of metal or glass will do just fine. And like I said, they have ceramic slides too. You take said slide and you put it on a finger. It doesn't really matter which finger. I tend to use my ring finger. That's what I'm used to, but you can use your pinky, your middle finger, your index finger. You can even hold it in your hand. A lot of people play slide guitar in their lap, like set it like that, and then you can, do it that way. And they make slides for that. But the principles are all the same. Your slide is basically a movable fret. And it's, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a fret that moves. You put it anywhere on the strings and it works like a fret. But you can move this fret and slide it around. Now, as far as where to slide it to, keep in mind your frets. If you're used to playing regular guitar, you're used to fingering it behind the fret, right? And the string touches that fret, and where it touches the fret is actually where it's touching to make that note. But since you have a slide, instead of aiming behind the fret, you want to aim right on top of that fret. Like if you're playing, you want to go up to your third, you aim right on top of the fret. Or that's your fourth, but you get what I mean. Right on top of that fret, and you can kind of tune it by ear a little bit. So if you got a guitar that the intonation isn't that great, that doesn't matter with slide guitar. If it sounds a little flat or a little sharp, you can move the slide and you move it where you want. And you get that tremolo by sliding it back and forth like that, and you can make it real tight tremolo or real heavy, however you want to do it. And you look for the notes that you want. Now, like I said, I'm using open tuning. So that makes it pretty easy in certain ways. You can play whole chords and then move it to where you want. That's a G, so A would be 2 frets up. And then B. And then C. Now, if you're used to doing bar chords, whatever you play, like if you're playing an E, you bar it on the 5th fret, that's an A, and on the 7th is a B. Well, we're playing in G, so it's the same kind of thing. Where open is a G, and your 5th fret would be your C, and your 7th would be your D. So you're playing a basic 3-chord song. Yeah, instead of fingering the chords or barring them or anything like that, you just use your slide. And if you're tuned to a different open tuning, that's fine too. You just, you know, you can find where your chords are there. That 5th and 7th frets, as you know, you have your, if you know a little bit about music theory, you have your 1, 4, 5 chord progression, and it's right there. 1, 4, 5. So, you know, if you're playing in a standard tuning, you got to do stuff a little bit different. But that's fine too, man. The same thing kind of works, you know. You use your slide, except you might want to aim at single notes instead of chords. And if you're playing a guitar like this, where you actually can play it with your fingers too, standard, a lot of people use the slide on their pinky so that they have their other 3 fingers for playing chords or lead stuff, you know, and they can jump into slide. Now, I'm just used to my ring finger, but the other thing, if you just use the slide, you get kind of like a way more metallic sound, or the fingers that are behind the slide, lower down on the neck. If you just touch them to the strings, you can mute that metallic bit a little bit. So you get a little more of that kind of like true sound without the overtones. But yeah, you know, if you got it tuned to an open tuning, you got to play around with it a little bit, see what sounds good, but, you know, you can do cool stuff, yeah? You can play little bluesy licks like that. Now, that's in G. And just the good thing to remember when you're playing it, I like to go to when I'm playing off the bottom, go to that 3rd fret and kind of slide down to open strings, yeah? Just slide back and forth off of that 3rd fret, and that does some really cool stuff. That works also if you're in other open tunings, and it can sound kind of cool too, even if you're in a standard tuning. So, there you go. And slide guitar, it's not hard, you know? And if you're in any kind of open tuning, you got your 3rd fret, 5th fret kind of thing like this. You know, there you go. And that's that octave up here, that 12th fret kind of thing, you know? And you don't have to be terribly accurate with it. You can be a little bit sloppy, you know, all the blues guys kind of were. And, I mean, you know, it's a different way to play. It's kind of cool, it's kind of fun. And, you know, slide guitar, there it is, man. You can do it with any guitar. You can even do it with a banjo. I've done slide on mandolin before. Anything with strings, really. I mean, I guess you could do it on a fiddle too. I haven't really tried, but I haven't seen anybody do it. But there's no reason you can't. Now, if you are in an open tuning, here's the thing: if you get tired of that major sound, you can go to a minor. All you do is drop your 3rd by a half step. And in that case, it's our B. So go down to A sharp, and then you get in that cool minor sound. Now it's a G minor. Yeah, now you got a minor sound. That's kind of cool. There you go. Show you one other cool little trick. You know that little harmonic? Here's one thing you do with the slide. You hit that harmonic, and you go right down to the nut. and come off the nut and slide up. Let me show you. Yeah, slide it right up to that 12th fret. Just harmonic, right off the nut. That sounds kind of cool right there. I've seen that trick. That's another little trick for you. But that's the basics of slide guitar. Like I said, you can do it with any guitar in any tuning. I happen to use an open tuning, but you don't have to. You know. There we go. Get back there. But yeah, and then just play around with it and find the notes you like, you know. Same thing with an open or with a standard tuning. You can just kind of just play around, find notes you like. And that's all there is to it, man. You don't need much else of a lesson. And if you want to play bluesy stuff, you just got your 5-3 open. And you can do that all day, right? And then, yeah, you could do it. That's right, man. Your main frets, 3, 5, and 7, and just play around with those and find what you like. So, hey, man, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you did, man, leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. I'd love to do more of these lessons for you. And, you know, I'll see you in the next video, man. Tell me if you dig the guitar. My buddy gave this to me. He's my brother from another mother. Thank you, Sean. Sean and his wife, Christy, they had this laying around, and they wasn't using it. And they said, hey, you want it? And I said, yeah. So I had to, you know, glue this little metal piece back on and restring it and all that stuff, but it sounds cool. Sounds good. I ain't gonna turn down a free guitar. So hey, till next time, guys, I love y'all, man. Peace out. Bye-bye.